This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to get outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous as we take a look at the Gem figure from Gem and the Holograms. Okay, I guess technically that was Gem Doll, but you know, who cares? This is actually Gem and Jerrica, a 2-in-1 pack, which means, of course, if you want both to display, you have to buy 2 of them. Which, honestly, good luck getting one with good hair, because this was the best hair they had on the ones that I saw, and there's like 4 of them all together, and the other ones were kind of questionable. But this is the front of the box. I believe it is designed to look like the one from the 80s. And of course, you got a little picture of Jerrica down there, which you don't have a blonde wig for, as far as I can tell in the set, so you're not going to be able to make her blonde. If we turn the box to this side, we do get a nice image of Jerrica, though, at the bottom. Apparently, she's wearing the same belt as Gem is. And then we spin around to the side here, and we see Gem in a dancing pose. Kind of. Finally, we turn around at the back of the box, and you have a what the hell is she doing with her face image there of Gem. Like, seriously, what the hell is going on there? We see the rest of her band, though, also back there. Off stage, she's Jerrica, the cool one. Off stage, she's Jerrica, the cool executive of Starlight Music Group. On stage, she's Gem, the hottest new rock star to hit the music scene. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. But before I do that, I just want to point out, this is an extremely heavy box. Like, I think they not only did high quality plastic for this doll, but they did solid plastic. We actually had a really nice background box here too. You could use this in your display, I would say, pretty easily. And we just get kind of like a little mini film strip thing here on the side that shows some of the images that we've had, and actually we got the Misfits and Gem both pictured. You know, for a moment here, I haven't looked at any instructions yet, but it does look like the microphone stand does double as the figure stand also, which is kind of a good idea, but also kind of obnoxious. I'm just going to say that right straight out. Also, while we're talking about this thing, there is a little pull tab here, and I wonder if it plays the same part every time. Okay, yeah, it just plays the same clip from the song. Although, I don't know, is that the original recording? Because it I mean, it's a toy recording, so it's not usually as good, but it sounds kind of off to me. Yeah, that hair is terrible. Let's take a look at the face sculpt real quick before I go too much further. Whoa. I don't see anything particularly wrong with the, it looks like the deco all came on pretty good. I don't see, yeah, I mean, everything looks like it's lined up more or less properly. It looks like it's centered, well, maybe not. It looks like the lipstick might be off a little bit on one side. But other than that, I think the deco's fine. The earrings, while not part of the actual sculpt, are definitely attached in there really well. I don't think you're going to pull those earrings out. The doll is extremely heavy. She is not a Barbie doll. That is a very solid doll. Although, It does look like they gave her a breast reduction, though I don't know what the original doll looked like. As far as, let's see, can we get her to stand on her own? Okay, yeah, we got her to stand on her own for like 2 seconds. Her heels are pretty thick though, so you know, it should. Speaking of which, let's grab one of Jerrica's heels here. It looks like Jem and Jerrica are wearing the exact same heels, so it's just a different color. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, they look like they're the same. Although Jerrica's does appear to have an extra coating on there. She's got these sparkly tights. What I've been kind of curious about on this one is the articulation. Damn, yeah, this is a really solid plastic here. I'm just saying. Articulation-wise, let's take a look here. Head is on a ball joint. We can get a little bit down and a little bit back, but not much. We can turn our head to the side. We can go ahead and repeat the exorcist there if we want. There is some kind of cut at the waist. We're going to have to strip her down to really take a good look at the way the articulation is set up on her body. We'll do that. Oh, screw it. Let's do it right now, shall we? Because you know what? The other thing I'm kind of curious about is whether or not she's got painted on underwear. Okay, so let's see. While her underwear is not painted, they definitely gave us the detailing for underwear. Or at least for panties, no for bra. Yeah, she does have a cut here in the middle. You can actually see here, maybe, the dress is staining the doll right here. There's also some staining on the arm as well. But she does have a double jointed elbow, bicep cut. The wrist has a spin and in and out hinge. Let's see again. Let me see. I'm trying to, dang it. Okay. Does not appear though as if there is a cut at the waist just under the boobs, so she's got a boob cut. She does have a thigh swivel, meaning that this gem doll that costs about the same amount as a McFarlane toy has more articulation than most of the McFarlane toys does now. Just saying. We do have the double jointed knee, thigh rotation. There is in fact ankle rotation or ankle hinge here as well, and rotation. That's a surprise. I'm going to pause this for a moment while I redress her. Okay, so I've got Jem redressed, and apparently I did a whole like 5-10 minutes worth of talking, and I had forgotten to turn the camera back on. So hopefully I'm not really going over this again a second time, but maybe we will. So let's go ahead and put her on her stand real quick. This is a really solid holder for her, so we kind of have to put it on through the side and turn it. And then we can place her on the stand like this. Right? So what I want to say as far as this goes, the head looks kind of small to me, but honestly, when I look at myself in the mirror, I feel like my head looks smaller than my body does, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. However, the way this dress is designed for her, it is designed more for, let's be honest, larger breasts. And while proportionally speaking, this doll does have larger breasts than Barbie or probably any of the other dolls I've seen in the last couple years. They still don't quite fill out the dress the way they should. And the dress is not particularly tight either. It's actually, honestly, it's pretty loose fitting. Something else to note, I could not pull these hands out. So, you know, the sleeves here are loose enough to fit the hand through. but they're also not as really as tight as they probably should be, again, for this look. Probably because they didn't want to do that. Her fingernails are painted. I will say, I think they did a really good job painting those. They all look like they're lined up almost perfectly. I mean, there's a little bit off, but not much. And if you have done a lot of the Rainbow High dolls where they do have their fingernails painted, so many times they miss the spot totally and it just looks awful. But, you know, they did a good job, at least on the copy of this doll that I got. The other thing we can do with the stand, it is designed to double as a microphone stand. So we can put her on here. Her hand is designed, while it is somewhat open, it is designed to grip, and it can grip the microphone also. I'll show that in a moment. But I want to show you guys the importance of the articulation here. Because without that double jointed elbow, that bicep cut, then the wrist hinge, we would not be able to get her in this position, which actually looks fairly natural for holding on to a microphone stand. That is why a lot of people are complaining when they remove articulation and stuff, is because you can't get proper posing quite often anymore. That being said, I did mention she can in fact hold her microphone as well. And as far as it goes, like, I think they did a pretty good job with her still kind of looking like she's got a somewhat open hand, but still make it so it can grip. I wish they would do that with more doll lines instead of doing those weird little funky add-ons to try to make them hold on to them. Whoops. She got some big feet too, just saying. So we got Jerrica's clothing here, and we're going to swap that out here in just a moment, but I want to point something out with the glasses especially. Her glasses are, in fact, molded in clear plastic because they've got lenses, and you don't see that very often. And then they painted over them to go for that bluish color. And honestly, this isn't done very often. Most of the time, they either will mold them in, like, if it's a solid plastic, they won't put lenses in there. It'll just be an empty space. Or they'll do the whole thing in kind of a translucent plastic so that it looks kind of like stylized, you know. Also, real quick, this is the ugly comb that they gave us. This looks like a torture device to me, I'm just gonna say. Again, just to add to the whole articulation thing that I mentioned earlier, when we have the thigh cut and the double bented knees, and especially in this case where we have the ankles that move, you can actually get Gem here into this nice position that, you know, we see traditionally in a lot of anime and so forth. Which is a pose I do like to do sometimes with some of the stuff I have. There's actually one Transformer version of RC that you can get in this pose too, just in case you're wondering. This is another reason why having a good amount of articulation though in a doll is really nice, because you can get into these more interesting poses. Again, another pose you generally cannot get dolls in, where, you know, just kind of like kneeling there. Yeah, I'm glad they gave us that ankle articulation. I do think overall that this really is a nice bit of articulation on this doll. I think it's good. However, let's go ahead and see how long it takes me to change her from Gem into Jerrica. By the way, she's got a nice butt crack. Okay. I kind of feel like Jerrica mode here is a bit of a fail. As you can tell, I can't really get the hat on very well. I mean, if it's a beret type of style, and like one side's supposed to be lower than the other, at least on the pictures, but like the hair just pops it right off. Now that kind of, yeah, I'm not sure. Not really sure how they thought that was going to work. The glasses also, don't fit on her head very well. I guess the idea here is that the glasses are supposed to hide the face paint for Jem, so people don't know that she's Jerrica. But honestly, I think they would have been better off giving us a dedicated Jerrica doll rather than this extra clothing. The shoes do fit better though without the tights. But here again, we've got that staining from her purple dress, or from her pink dress on the arm. So again, I think we would need a dedicated Jerrica doll with the blonde hair and with her hair designed to allow for the hat to go on there. Because I guess that's actually an additional problem, is that, at least in the cartoon series, Jem definitely had more and longer hair than Jerrica did. Again, as part of her disguise, because, I mean, it was a hologram. You know, she wasn't wearing a wig or anything in the show. But overall, I think when you consider that this is only $25, I think this is a great deal for what you're getting. Though I wouldn't bother with displaying her as Jerrica. I don't think I would pick up a second one of these to display this way, just because of the fact that you've got all the staining that's occurred, which is bad. The glasses, you look at them funny, they want to fall off, basically. The hat for Jerrica does not stay on at all unless you cover her entire head with it, because the moment you get it so that you can uncover her eyes, it just comes right off. But you know what? I want to hear what you guys have to think about this. I don't know how many people watching my channel are going to be big. I mean, I do dolls on occasion, so I know there are people who like dolls. Though how many are going to be Jem fans, I don't know. But just remember, technically Jem does take place in the same universe as Inhumanoids, Transformers, and G.I. Joe, because Hector Ramirez is in her show also. And I think in one of the backgrounds, Rock and Roll was actually a roadie for Jem in the Holograms. But you know, if you enjoyed this review, please feel free to give me a like and subscribe. That would be great. I would thank you for watching. Peace and love.